Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lunard, and it's that time again. It's reading wrap-up time. I mean, you guys already know how this works, so I'm just going to basically pick up all the books that I've read in the past 2 months because I didn't do a wrap-up in October, I think. Yeah, on October, because I didn't really read a lot in October. I read like maybe 3 books in October, and that wasn't enough books for me to do this video. But now I have, I would say, like a nice amount of books, maybe. So yeah, I want to go in order, but I don't really remember the order. I think they're in order. Okay, I think that like this are in order. So I'm just going to get started with Twisted Hate by Anna Wong. I read this book, I think I started it in September, at like the end of September, and then I just finished this book in October. I don't remember the rating I gave this book. I don't even think I rated this book, and I still don't have a rating for it, and I'm going to explain. So first I'm going to explain the story. So this one is the 3rd book of the Twisted series. It's about Jules and Josh. So it's Josh, yeah, it's Josh. So I mean, this won't really make sense if you guys haven't read at least the first book, but pretty much it's brothers, best friend trope, enemies to lovers sort of thing. And pretty much Josh is the brother of Ava, which is the main character of the first book. And then Jules is Ava's best friend, and Josh and Jules hate each other, and then they start having this like hate relationship, like enemies with benefits type of thing, and then they fall in love. That's pretty much it. Like, it isn't really a spoiler because I mean, you guys already know this, like everyone knows this. But pretty much I didn't give this book a rating because I was loving this book. I was really into the story. I was loving the enemies with benefits thing. I was really into it. But then Josh did something. I'm not going to say what it is. And he did something that I hated. From that point on, I hated Josh. I was completely and utterly like against their relationship. I hated it so much. It reminded me of something, I think his name is Luke. Luke did in the Mindfuck series, and it was just like, I completely crossed him out. Like, please, I don't want to see you again. Like, I know he's a fictional character, but it's like, boy, get out of my sight. I do not want to see your face, hear your name ever again. Like, boy, bye. And so I still don't have a rating for this book because I was loving it, but then I hated the final part. I mean, maybe the last 100 pages, I'm not really sure. And so yeah, I don't really have a rating for it. Next, I read My Policeman by Ethan Roberts, and I do have a reading vlog on it, so go check it out. But I don't really remember. I know that this book was sort of slow at first, and then I was starting to get into it, but then I don't remember if I gave it 2.5 stars or 3 stars, something like that. But go watch my video. Like, I know what I'm talking about that video. Like, right now I don't remember anything. I mean, I remember the story, but I don't really remember the rating. And it's basically about Marion, Tom, and Patrick. So pretty much Marion falls in love with Tom, which is like her best friend type of friend, brother. But then Tom goes to the police academy, and then they don't see each other for like an X amount of years, and then Tom comes back and they start having this relationship. But then Tom meets Patrick, and it's sort of like a love triangle thing. So yeah, but go watch my reading vlog. I talk about this book like a lot there. Obviously it's a reading vlog. Next, I started my Halloween 24-hour readathon, which, I mean, just go watch that video. It was a whole like experience. It took me a month to finish that 24-hour readathon, like over a month. I'm not even joking. God, I just want to cry thinking about it. But yeah, so pretty much in that 24-hour readathon, I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, 5 stars. I love this book so much. It's about Pip, and she starts investigating a murder mystery that happened in her town like 7 years ago, I think, because she thinks that the person who was convicted as the murderer wasn't the person that committed the murder. And so she starts investigating it as a school project, but then, yeah, things take a turn, and just go read this book. I only have one complaint about this book. One. And something happened in this book that I was also like, why? What was the reason for this to happen? Like, there was literally no reason for this to have needed to happen, and then it happened. It's just like, why? Please explain to me, why did you do that? But apart from that, I love this book. It's amazing. It's a whole roller coaster. Like, please go read this book. Then I started on my Kindle The XX, and I DNF'd that book at 70% because the book was awful. I didn't care. I didn't care about the story, about the characters. I've also mentioned this in my 24-hour readathon, but it's just like, there was nothing that was gripping me to the story. I couldn't care less, and so I just DNF'd it. It was like a quick read. I read like 70% in like 3 hours, maybe, which to me is a lot. I usually take about 6 to 7 hours to read a book, and so I read like 70% of that book in like 2.5, 3 hours. But yeah, I DNF'd it. I didn't care. I honestly don't care enough to go online and research what happened, because I just don't care. But it's about a witch, and she curses her ex-boyfriend because he broke her heart, and then I think 10 years later he comes back to that town, and they just start having this like falling back in love. But then he finds out that she has cursed him, and I mean, if that's a thing, go for it, but yeah, not my thing. Then I read Bunny by Mona Awad, and I don't know how I'm going to explain this book, so I'm just pretty much going to say what everyone says about this book, because there's literally no other way for me to explain this book. Pretty much this book is about Samantha, and she goes to school with this group of girls, and they call themselves Bunny, and they're just like a really close group of friends, of girlfriends. And then one day she's invited to join them and join their parties and their group and whatever, and then it's just down the drain from there. Like, I seriously don't know what happened in this book. I described it as you start watching a TV show like at the middle of it, and then you watch maybe 2 or 3 episodes, if so, and then you stop. And then it's just like, you are completely lost. You think you are getting the story, but you aren't getting the story. It's just a mess of a book. I give it, I think, 2 stars. Yeah, I think 2 stars I give it, but I don't know. But it was creepy. It was creepy, I'm not going to lie. It was creepy, it was weird. It was a whole roller coaster, honestly. Then I read Good Girl, Bad Blood. I didn't finish this book in my 24-hour readathon, but I did finish it like in the next day because I was hooked. I also really liked this book, but I don't know if it's because I read both A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Good Girl, Bad Blood like right after the other. But this one, I still loved it, but it didn't hit as hard as this one. So this one, I don't think I've rated it yet, but I'm going to rate it like 4.5 stars, 4.75. I'm still not sure, but something like that. And this book has something that kind of creeps me out. Yeah. It had, let me search for it. It had, like, maybe it's just me, but this book had like real pictures and like, yeah, there's like literally a person here, like I think shoulder of a person here, and I was just like, yeah, no, that's creepy. Cause like I'm reading a murder mystery to like, or like any book, I'm reading any book to escape reality, and then this thing just like literally puts a real picture in it. Like, no thank you. It traumatized me, but I still liked it a lot, and yeah, I can't wait to pick up the third and final book, which is as good as that. But yeah, I think I'm just going to wait a bit because I literally finished this book like last week. And then I haven't finished this book yet, but I started Magnolia Parks on my Kindle. I am like, let me see, I think like 8%, 9%, 6. I am on chapter 3 of Magnolia Parks. I am 6% in, and I really don't have an opinion thus far, but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm reading Magnolia Parks 6 months later, but I am reading Magnolia Parks. Okay, yeah, but that's it. I think I haven't really read anything else apart from school stuff because uni life is just the best, and I love having zero time for myself and for my things. I love it. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video, which I'm so excited. I have so many ideas for December. Like, you guys just wait. I don't know if I'm going to have the time to do this, but I will manage. I'll manage. Like, who needs sleep? I don't. Sleep? Don't know her. Who's she? But yeah, guys. Bye!